Hi, this is Slimedog.
And Topo.
And today we're playing Immortals, Fenyx Rising on the PS5. Actually, the PS5 version. This is our first PS5 recording.
Yay!
So, yeah, we've had a great time with this game, and we played it a whole lot, and there were a few things that occurred to us that it would be nice that we knew when we started later on in the game.
Well, first show the map.
Okay.
We're at once you've started, you start down here in the Clashing Rocks.
Start down
you
here.
You have your little tutorial thing.
This is sort of the basic kind of area.
And then you make your way over to the Hall of the Gods. And this is basically your hub. And you come back here and do everything.
Upgrades.
All of your upgrades. If you want to, let's see, there's your weapons, there's your health. And then...
Potions. You can make potions and upgrade potions here.
And if you want to change your character, you create a character to start. If you want to change it, you can change it here.
You can do your... And you can change everything, by the way. Your gender, whole 9 yards. You can, like, create a character.
It is a create a character from the beginning, so you pick what you want. If you want to change it, just come and do your hair. This has the...
This is where you upgrade your skills and your powers. Now, this was sort of a big deal, actually, because almost everything on these lists is really good. So when you start out, it's like, oh my god, what do I pick? Like, so many of these things are really essential. And, yeah, like, some of the cheaper things over in skills are helpful early on. I wouldn't do swim, but
this gathering thing, because you have to gather a lot of these figs, pomegranates...
To keep you in potions, which are really helpful potions.
So we thought that was one of the first early on ones, because otherwise you're going around and collecting each little pig and each little...
Yeah.
Not tangerine, pomegranate.
Pomegranate, not tangerines. She calls them tangerines. I don't know why.
Yeah. But...
Glide boost is pretty much essential for getting anywhere in the game, so like you want to have that like early on, as soon as you have your wings opened up, basically. The sword ones make combat easier. A lot of this makes combat easier, which is good. I kind of chose to specialize in the sword more than the axe. The axe stuns people, so it has its own advantages, and you can go either way.
It's like a slower, bigger stun, swords faster, higher damage.
But before you throw all of your points into skills... Take a look at the godly powers, because these guys become really helpful really quick. And almost all of them you have to kind of unlock. Essential. I think this one you have to unlock through a story quest, basically. But all the rest of them, like, once you open up...
pretty early on, you'll open up phosphor.
The powers,
but
you need to, like, buy your way into them. And they're...
Heracles' strength is...
this is what you use to, like, pick up rocks and throw it. And you get, like, the base level of it, I think, for free. But the upgrades become very helpful. Like, specifically... That one. This one here.
Like, you can cheese your way through practically anything once you
breaks a lot of the harder puzzles in the game, so, yeah, I'd...
Early on, we did this one early on, and, oh my gosh.
It can save you a lot of trouble when it comes to the block puzzles. And it's not like the block puzzles aren't fun, but there's a ton of them, and you can make your life a lot easier if you pick that one up. This one, for the dash move, I don't really use the dash move that much, and I waited till the end to get it. But towards the end, there are absolutely some laser puzzles that you need to have this laser shield to get through. So don't put it off for too long. Make sure you buy that one.
You'll find, like, there's different laser areas that are helpful. I mean, you can... Anyway, focus more on godlies before skills.
And you want to do...
This one.
Like, Ares' Wrath was another one that I wasn't really seeing combat-wise, but it is really helpful in mobility just for getting around.
Because there are times that you can't glide.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
If you do it, see, you can use it to high jump.
You can jump really high. You have to obviously get stamina, which is another thing.
So high, I hurt myself, because I didn't have a stamina play. But yeah, you're right. You need to have enough stamina. Like right now, we've got our stamina maxed out.
But initially, it still gives you that one boost. So there's some buildings like some buildings that maybe has that little lip on the edge that you can't climb around. Speaking of climbing,
in the overworld, in the underworld, in all the dungeon gates, you can't climb. Period. So a lot of times, if you want to get up just a little bit higher, you're going to need that spear jump. And it's a move that they teach you eventually in the game, depending on which area you go to in the map. Like over in Ares' area, they'll teach you it eventually, but if you don't go that way, you won't know about it necessarily until late in the game. So just remember that's an option, and buy that spear jump so you can jump higher.
Got back to the godlies, sorry.
Okay, well that's...
Was that it?
Most of those. Here, I can do it from here. But the other ones that are important, Phosphor, this guy right here. The clone... lets you make a statue, and that also makes things a lot easier for you for a lot of the block puzzles. So,
now, and there were times like we were going through a dungeon where we could cheese our way through and do this, but we'd go ahead and solve the puzzle because we wanted to. But you can. I mean, and that's sort of the helpful thing. Instead of going to find that block that you need in this puzzle.
If you prefer the combat and you don't really like the puzzles, you could skip half of the puzzles just by like using this combination of this and the Heracles thing to pick up blocks that you normally shouldn't be able to pick up. It makes it really easy to get all the puzzle rewards without actually doing puzzle content.
I mean,
the hammer. This
is your game breaker.
Yeah, this completely like owns combat for me. It's what I've been using ever since I got it. It's got the damage numbers are on it go through the roof.
Watch this.
Like you can see in the demo, it says it's like 6,000 damage, and right now we're playing it on. This is our New Game Plus playthrough on Nightmare difficulty. You pretty much have to have that kind of damage output to make it through guys. So, if you're playing on Nightmare, if you're playing on regular, you're just like one or two shotting bosses.
But it's nice to be able, because you do go through a lot of mobs to go through here. There's puzzles, there's mobs, and there's exploration.
Yep.
Now, if you saw on our map that we opened up the maps so that you could see them, the map.
Here's the map.
There we go. These are all covered. Show the middle. See, there's clouds on these areas because they're not opened up there and up there.
Yeah.
The whole area is like this, and you have to open it. And you go to the various statue. There's the statue there. Statues.
Do you want to go to the statue?
No. I'm just showing. There's the statues you go to. You climb up on top, and it opens up the area. I'm showing my hands as though you can see my hands.
If you climb to the top of the statues, there'll be an icon that you can use to view, and that'll open up the map for you.
And then that way you can sit, so you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the thing that it mentions that it may not be necessarily clear is not just on the statues, but pretty much anywhere. You can go into first-person mode by holding down the R3 trigger, right? The right analog stick for a second. And if you look at like a treasure chest or a location, you can mark it on your map. In the game, it makes it seem like you can only do that on top of the statues. It's kind of...
Yeah, initially,
I was under the impression that you had to go on top of the statue to do that.
Because the first time you do it, they're like, and now go into first-person mode and look around. But you can do it wherever you are.
You can do that anywhere. And once you mark these guys, they're marked like permanently. And
now you can show the map, and you can see it, those now are on the map and marked.
Yeah, see, like these guys here, I just marked those. So now you know you can put a pin in them to like go get them.
Now, another thing that we discovered is like you can put a marker on it, but if you don't have a marker, like you're heading over towards this fresco challenge, and is it how far away? How far? No, don't do a marker. But it's I don't know how far away. Look in your first person so you can see it. Like look at it. It's like you won't be able to like I don't know how far. Oh, it's down there. Look over there. Any rate, like it's okay. So it's 662. But if you come out of this, look up here on your compass up top there, it won't show it unless you mark it because 240 meters seems to be the magic number.
The range of the compass markings.
So unless you mark it with a tab, all of ours are currently occupied because we did promise. Well, we don't know that, but the title of this episode promises Griffons, which was a big thing for us trying to find Griffons, and it wasn't just us. If you look on the map.
Well, let me show you. Basically, we needed to find Griffons because of the tasks.
Right, okay.
And there's tasks. There was a task here that said kill 5 Griffons, and there weren't 5 Griffons in the world that we'd found. Okay,
like
so
anywhere. We were like roaming
we had to roam around and do some serious hunting for these Griffons, right?
Well, we looked up online, and they were like, "Well, I found one over here."
Yeah.
So, like, and seriously, they're around.
And rather than kind of show you each one, we thought we'd kind of run around that in case you end up having to find Griffons. Here's like 5 Griffons that we found.
There's one there on the left.
There's one Griffon up in the Corpus. This is there was one here. By the
Circe Bowl. There's another one up on top of a plateau over here.
Yep. Let me and I'll show you. We even took a picture of him. He's just a charismatic little guy.
Well, we'll talk about the pictures in a minute.
And here's another one that we found. I snapped a picture to remember where he was. But yeah, Griffon there. Here's
and when you
by the coast, I think.
We think there's one there, but that's also the cool. That's also
there.
where the cool. Oh yeah, and that's also where the cool horse is.
Yeah.
X shows it.
And down here, I don't think I got a picture of this guy, but down in War's Den here, there's a.
But you won't be able to get there till later.
Yeah.
You start out down here in Clashing Rocks. There's one down on this island area here. But once you do that before you get to the Hall of the Gods. So then you're like, well, dang it, I killed one of my only Griffons. There are others out there. Yeah. And then once you open it up, obviously, there's plenty of Griffons around. They often respawn. The photos, are you going to talk about the photos?
Well, yeah, the photo mode ended up being something that I normally wouldn't mess with, but I actually had a really great time with in this game. All through the game, you can take screenshots.
You can take screenshots, whatever, and you'll talk about
how to do it. Let me show you how to take a screenshot real quick, because it took us a while to figure out.
Well, it took
if you hold down both of the sticks at the same time for about a second, it puts you in a photo mode, okay? For some reason, it took us way too long to figure that out, but you can then spin the camera around, take a picture.
Usually it was by accident when you were fighting, and you went into photo mode, and I'm like, what's going on? I can't hit this guy!
These are horrible pictures, so I'm not going to actually take a picture there. But you can see some of the pictures we took here. And, like, some of them are just, like, fun little pretty things.
That was the first one you did.
And the pictures that people take, you and other people take, go out there, like, these white photos are ones that other people have taken.
That's a nice
and see, that's really pretty. And you can actually like them if you want. Or if you don't like it, I guess you could hide it. But if you enjoy them, you can go ahead and like it. And you can see, like, 3 people have liked this photo.
But, like, we went ahead and showed, like, mount areas.
Yeah, this is where we found a certain kind of mount.
Which is another thing.
This was a rare mount that we found, an epic mount.
The purple unicorns, I found one.
So if you mark them there, other people see them and say, "Oh, there's an epic mount there. I should go there and get that mount."
I think this one, by the by, that one up there, the Pegasus here.
Yep.
I believe this is your first mount that you find. I did little air quotes. Again, you didn't see it, but
first one that I found.
No, I was reading about mounts. It seems that this is like your first one. I don't know why it would be your first one, but.
We found a couple of the other guys over here, the non-mythic ones here, so I think this was the first mythic one we found.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we found over here, right when you cross over to here, there's a
horse
field,
pretty
a field
early,
of, what's her name? What's it called? You can look at the mounts.
Now, the mounts, by the way, they're more or less cosmetic, except for...
The one to the right.
They have 1, 2, or 3 stamina bars.
That's the first one we find.
Okay. The ones with more stamina bars, you can ride faster and longer. So like the kind of the epic ones are the 3. They've got 3 stamina bars, and they're kind of the gameplay wise. That's the only difference between them.
They're also
they don't go any faster. They don't fly or anything like that.
You're only going to find one of these out in the field, as opposed to herds of other, like these horses.
Yeah.
There's a
the common ones. There'll be like 4 or 5 of them around, and you just need to find one of them.
A nifty perk we found was if you're on your mount, they will auto collect harvesting, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, if you ride by batches of mushrooms and stuff on a mount, it'll like automatically just hoover it up for you,
which is
so
kind
it
of
saves you some time. But like oddly, we didn't expect to like this because we don't do a whole lot of the online stuff. But taking pictures, sharing them online, and liking other people's pictures on the map ended up being sort of one of the unexpected joys of this game. We spent a lot of time doing it, and we really had. I thought it was a really great addition.
It was a really fun thing to like.
Super look at that. That's just a pretty picture. You get a like.
Yay!
There you go.
But yeah, that one, and it was fun too because like you'd have something happen or you'd do something and be like, oh my gosh, I want to share this. Well, yeah, you can.
Now you kind of can.
And
another thing we wanted to mention here was this is over in Warsden, Fort Ajax. This was a little bit misleading because this area is kind of gated game-wise. There's the red mist around it that means you can't get into it.
It's also it is story locked.
It is story locked, yeah. Once you eventually unlock it, it's got a little fast travel icon for it, so you can get to it. But if you use the fast travel, it actually puts you all the way back here outside the fort, and you have to do a lot of fighting to get back into it. For that reason, when you get to Fort Ajax, go out of your way, go down here. There's a couple of Tartarus gates that you can open up, and if you do the Tartarus gate, beat it and clear it, then you can fast travel here, so you can actually fast travel inside the fort and not have to go through the entrance, fight all the guys guarding the front every time you want to go in here just to do a pickup.
And we'll talk about Tartarus vaults in a minute. The other thing you want to show the currency.
Oh yeah, the currencies. This was a rather confusing thing. There's a lot of different currencies in the game, and they added a bunch for doing their premium currencies, their real money transactions and stuff like that. There's one of them is Electrum, and you get Electrum by doing these daily tasks, like this one. So if we go kill Ozomene the Hurricane, we'll get 30 Electrum. To spend the stuff that you get on those, like that's achievable in game, but it's very limited and time locked based on like as far as how much you can actually earn. The stuff you get doing that, you can come here and buy one of these kind of premium items with, and these change every week, but you're limited to just the choice of like these, say, 5 items. One of them, like the ambrosia here, is a pickup, but unless you really, really, really don't care about cosmetics, I wouldn't recommend going for this, because by the end of the game, you'll be swimming in ambrosia.
And Zeus, the first time we played and opened, when we first opened it, it had the Zeus lightning. It was one of the things. And I was like, oh my gosh, are we going to have to, like, buy Zeus lightning? What are we going to have to... Well, no, you don't need to buy the Zeus lightning. You can just, I would save money and get yourself some fun these things instead.
Yeah. Also, there was concern in the beginning. I thought maybe I'd unlock the premium wings that you get through this shop here. Here's the other place to view the entire sets. Is in the shop. These guys, this takes a mortal currency, I think, and this is, they give you 300 to kind of play with when you get started, but otherwise you have to buy it here for real money. So this is their real cash money, like, for cosmetics place. Okay. I was concerned that maybe by the end of the game I'd end up getting some of these, so I didn't want to, like, spend my Electrum on sets that I get normally in the game, but you don't actually get any of these in the game. The only way to buy these in-game is by using Electrum, or the 300 points they give you here. So, but basically, buy whatever you want. Don't worry about, like, wasting on stuff that you'd normally get otherwise, because you won't normally get it.
And also, they prorate the cost that you purchase, because you've already, like on this one, you have one of these items, so you don't have to pay as much for it as you would.
As many points for the whole set.
So,
on the other hand, buying entire sets is the most effective way. So if you are the sort of person that wants to drop whatever the money was, what is it, like 10 or 15 bucks on enough money, 10 or 20 bucks to buy a set of armor for this. Remember, it's all cosmetic, strictly cosmetic, and if you're trying to make your money last longer, like, buying them in sets does get you a little bit of a discount. I wouldn't recommend it because it's all just cosmetic, but, people
like to do
enjoy the game
different ways.
Fine. So,
and then
it also has, these are the things you can unlock with the Ubi points. Ubi points are a third kind of premium currency in the game, and this gets us kind of bonkers. To do the Ubi points, you have to go to the Ubi Connect site here. You have to log into it. Basically, tie your ID in with your Ubisoft ID, and you can get special rewards, a couple suits of armor, and a couple of like hairstyles. And crafting materials if you want. You get some things for free initially, didn't you? You got a couple items here for free. Yeah, a small potion set and, like, the wallpaper for your computer and stuff. So that's cool. But overall, like, the only way to get this is by getting these Ubi points. And the Ubi points you have to get by doing these challenges. There are both set ones that you'll get sort of as you progress through the game, but they're not time-gated. You just get them as you go. And there are these time-limited ones that are only available for 1 week. And usually it's like, in this case, kill 15 harpies, or kill 2 or kill 5 of these guys that have 8 arms, or minotaurs. This is where we ended up, like, getting caught trying to find 5 Griffons. Right. And if you scroll up, it's already been done. I wish you could show which ones. But they have, it's a community one, so everyone playing has to kill, like, 50,000. Oh, here it is. Here's the community one, yeah. And 50, right now the game's quite active, so we got, like, the 50,000 thing. Like, generally we get that one within an hour or two. So that's a gimme right now. 6 months or a year down the line, that might be a little bit dicey. Different, but 20 coins of Charon is a lot of coins of Charon. Like, wow, like
that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, so go here and do these things, like check in on them and claim them.
And go ahead and make an account to do it.
It is a ridiculous quantity of resources, even if you don't care about the cosmetic stuff.
If you do the R1...
I'm not showing off our Skylink game,
anyway,
or Starlink, or Family Feud.
Stop. You don't show the Family Feud. But anyway, we started it with Starlink because some of us like playing Starlink.
We started it with Child of Light. They aged that out of the system. Anyway.
That's right.
But while we're here, did you want to do one of those gates? We can do one of the gates.
Yeah, it's down. Yeah, there. You can mark it.
Yeah, I can go ahead and mark that. We're gonna do one of these the Tartarus gates real quick, and
we just want to show you a couple. It's if by the time you've gotten here, you may have already done the sort of tutorial one over on the Clashing Rocks area, but if you haven't, oh my gosh, Typhon is such a...
He's the big bad guy in the game. Actually, one of the things we wanted to say is how much we love the narration in this game. It's so great. Like Zeus and Prometheus Like, we'll end up, Prometheus sort of like narrates the whole game, and Zeus is kind of
He's telling the story, and Zeus like, is being Zeus.
Griping about it, or just like being Zeus. I don't know.
As I call it, the cheeky banter between the two is just makes this a fun game. And this is one
by
of
the way,
those...
sometimes they give you crafting materials.
This is... Oh, here's a point. Okay, so these guys are guarding this gate. These guys, you're not... Oh, and there's those first... I pointed again, like as though you see it. Right. There's the first herd of people, of...
Mounts.
Anemones, whatever they are. And you have to go... You have to just kind of slowly approach them. If they get the little exclamation over their head, you stop and then let them chill, and then you go. And
the gates are always guarded by enemies, right? And sometimes those enemies, maybe they're ones that you actually need for one of your counters,
Griffon.
Like Griffons, for instance.
There was one that had a Griffon.
If you skip the enemies, pop into the gate, and then come back out, the enemies will be gone. So if you were counting on actually killing those enemies for one of your things, then go ahead and kill them on the way in. Don't expect to be able to do it on the way out.
Show them out. So this is in here. You can see. It's a level 1 difficulty. It has a chest and
one chest and the lightning bolt. All of them have the lightning bolt at the end that you finish it with, basically.
So once you pick up that lightning bolt, you are done. Now, if you stand here and scan,
you can go into first-person mode and scan.
Like up top,
you can see the lightning bolt, and you can't mark the lightning bolt because lightning bolts don't show up in the maps. But you can find the chest here and reveal it. So
you don't miss it.
That way, yeah, you're less likely that you can keep an eye on it as you progress through the level. I would recommend doing this because it's a hassle to have to come back into the gates after you finish it just to get like one of the chests that you missed.
Wait, we have to. Oh, it opens the gate so it can go through. Right. Okay, now you're gonna have to go over and wait. Oh.
Wait, what?
I didn't know.
Drama.
I am drama. Well, because I couldn't see if it was flying off the edge or what.
And see, the rolly ball, it got blown landed on the trigger. Oh, another thing just to make sure we're clear on this. You can't climb walls in the dungeons like you can outside. Outside you can climb anything.
Oh, yeah, we'll show the climbing, but show the spikes.
Again, this is
where
area.
This comes in
handy. I can get all the way up here, and then potentially I could even skip whole chunks of the level if I wanted. Because I'm so high up, I can glide,
actually,
I can
you can
do
glide
whatever.
right over to whoop.
Yeah, actually, let me do this here.
There you go. Now you can.
So yeah, I could probably make it all the way over to that.
Yeah, because again, 3 bars of stamina. When you first start this game, not so much stamina. But this is one of those cheesy things we were talking about.
So we could have skipped that whole puzzle just by doing that because we've got. This is more helpful in your second playthrough and whatever because right now the puzzles aren't very tough. But sometimes you really need to work the system.
No, you have to hit the button to release the ball and then stand on the first one. Let it out. Okay. Sorry, puzzles. So this is one of the fun things. Whatever that is. Oh! Too late!
It'd be a riot if I launched a giant ball in my face.
Okay, quick!
So that slides us forward. We go around here.
Do you have to go back over and open that gate? Probably. Probably. Looks like it.
Now we're opening up the red thing again.
I hope it's got a floor there. Whew! Okay. And...
Drama. Some of these dungeons are really, really fun. There's one where it's like a golf course, and you have to, use your hammer and
show how to...
force things to, actually just knock the balls around, these big rolly balls. And you have to, kind of play golf through the level to, get them into the holes
There's
you
different...
need.
We should show how to chip a ball, but that would take... whatever.
Another one that... What was the other one that we liked?
Oh, no. The favorite, I think the fan fave in this household is the pinball level.
And there's one where it's got giant stone balls and a giant pinball machine.
Well, it's the same ball that we just did there, but it's there's a giant pinball machine, and it's just a couple. Actually, there's more than one board, so it's super fun. Well, this is a puzzle you're gonna have to figure out.
Okay, so they're both blown over that way.
Are you gonna have to put up?
Okay, now I go there.
Quick. Okay, there we go. Wait, stay! You're blocking it. There you go. But yeah, that one's good.
And that one's...
If it, there you go. Now the other one. I don't know where it went.
I lost the other one.
Did you? Wait.
Okay, one's happy. Okay, I'm gonna hit this block button for the other one. Help me keep eyes on that. gate, red gate. Ah!
I made it. Red gate, red gate, red gate. Ah!
Oh, crap.
What happened?
Well, it dropped off because I should have been sitting up.
Oh, there it goes. Yay! Is this the same
but it's
one?
too far from the wind to actually...
That's okay, you can go grab it. Because...
Actually, yeah, I can.
You
can.
can.
I'm gonna try it.
Come on. Again, cheesing through. But whatever. You just pull it. So this is part of that Herculean strength thing.
Yeah, didn't actually need to, but just rather than having to do the whole thing again, it was just easier to...
do that.
Cheese my way through it. And now we're going to the treasure chest, which is... Because we marked it, we know it's 30 meters over here.
Ooh.
And easy enough to find.
Yay. Her animations are awesome. We picked her because, and we are thrilled with the character creation we did, by the by.
So happy. She looks like a cross-played version of Pit from Kid Icarus.
And?
Perfect. And what?
Oh, I was gonna say, I like her, what? Aloy, come on.
Oh, from Horizon, yeah.
She looks a lot like Aloy also.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. And now, see, that's it for the puzzles here. So now we just float up here and get the Thunderbolt, and we get another dungeon.
But, and then this is what we're gonna, we wanted to show you just, I mean, some of the perks of doing the...
These guys are, helpful, the Tartarus gates. They're helpful with the stamina mainly, because, my god, you need stamina to get anywhere in this game. So the
like
faster
I said,
you can get your stamina
like 2 pips of it, and now we have 3 bars each pip.
Yeah, like...
4 bars? 4 pips, 5 pips per bar? Oh, and here you can catch the ice balls.
In the load screens, one of the downsides of the PS5 version is you don't have 5 minutes in loading screens to collect little blue gems.
Which are it's just fun to do.
It's a tragedy.
But now this is closed. Now we can't, I mean, if we hadn't gotten, say, the treasure chest, we could come back in. But since we cleared it, it's done, it's gone. But it does have a fast travel attached to it. So you can see any ones that you don't, and that's what he was talking about over there in the Ares area.
Anytime you clear a gate, it becomes a fast travel. So it's really going to speed up your time.
Just moving around.
Like getting things in general. So even though they might be a little bit longer to get through, if you plan on clearing the game out, you really want to prioritize the gates because it's absolutely essential.
And even if you
don't, getting around.
Even if you don't clear it, can you use it as a fast travel?
No, you can't. You have to clear it.
Really?
Yeah.
Speaking of fast traveling.
Oh, you can use the harps as a fast travel and certain...
Where'd you go now?
I wanted to talk about the other gate.
Oh, okay.
Feeling a bit woozy and...
Oh, this happened.
What did you do?
This is actually a hidden area that you can only get to once per playthrough, right? And randomly it occurs sometimes when you sometimes when you fast travel.
And you were sent to my secret hideaway. But there should be something in there you'll find useful. Enjoy.
Oh, that Hermes, he's such a card. Basically, this is the only way to get to this is randomly through fast travel. You only get to it once. You get a free shot at a chest, and if you don't fast travel at all, you will never see this area. There's no way to access it from the main map otherwise.
There you go. Now, it may look like our chests are kind of boring, but that's because we've pretty much already cleared them pretty much.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
We're missing
one
item,
already.
I think, at this point.
Maybe 2. I don't know. Like, a couple of cosmetics on weapons is about all we're missing. So
there you go.
And then, once you're done with that little area, you can just teleport out.
Now, where were you fast traveling to?
You're
supposed to go over to the
I thought you wanted to see
statue.
the other, the gate. Statue. The gate that we can't, the one that you want to wait on?
We're going to do it from the Aphrodite statue. That's where you're supposed to fast travel to.
Okay, you want to go fast travel?
You made me make a list.
Okay.
Hall of the Gods,
we're going to Aphrodite.
Aphrodite statue, Nike.
Hey, but we saw the hidden Hermes area. You're welcome.
You still would have gotten it for fast traveling, you
No,
weirdo.
You only get it when you go to the Hall of the Gods.
Oh, well then, lucky you guys for the bonus. Now, drop down. Now, this is, okay, you have your main, you've got your little list of tasks that you can do, objectives that you can pick from. There's the main story where you have to go and rescue the gods and blah, blah, blah. But there's little side things.
Like drop the gate? Wait, before we
we're not doing it from here. Because I already marked it.
Because you already marked it. Here, this is one of the areas that you go to unlock this chunk of the map. You go to this particular statue. Or on the back of the statue, and it might be easy to miss depending on how you climb up the statue, is this side quest.
It is not listed anywhere. It is not.
Fenyx stumbled upon a winged creature, easily mistaken for a fairy.
Mm-hmm. The winged victory.
Yeah, the winged victory. They're like little fairies, little pixie sprite things. They're living in these cages. And you need to get 4 of them.
And wait, and you'll see.
But you can tell me now.
Here's Zeus being Zeus. Tell me now, like he's such a child. It's hilarious. Now you release it, and there you go.
She let out a cry, which meant, "Great hero, I am but a piece of Nike, the goddess of victory. Please free the others, so I may return to my full glory."
And there you go.
So you need to find the 4 little cages.
So the first time we stumbled across this fairy, we were like, what on earth? Didn't wrap our head on it. And here's the map. You can look at
the
it.
shoe reference. Okay, this is not the part that isn't entirely made clear, but there's no way to mark these fairies on the map. You can't zoom in and see them.
But you did do a first-person view.
I can go first person view if you want.
And this
tells you where the next fairy is. Okay, so this map next to one of the, next to each of the cages shows you sort of the next one in sequence.
This is the next fairy.
So take a screenshot or make note. Do whatever you have to do once you find the first one.
One of those aforementioned photos. We did that over here actually.
Because you may not have this area opened up at the time when you find the first fairy. You want to make sure you've got it kind of in your notes for when you run over it. Otherwise, if you're trying to find them at the end of the game, it can be rather tedious to remember where you came from, or you might have to look it up online.
This one wasn't too hard, but I will tell you, this one over here, I think that it took us a long time. We knew the general vicinity, but man, did it take us a long time to find it.
This first fairy that's here underneath the statue is the only one that's a gimme. All the other ones were rather tough to find. It's to the point where it would be very... we didn't trip over any of them, just kind of general accidentally.
We tripped over the second one, I think.
Maybe we did.
We did, and then we're like, oh, right, we need to go, once we have this. This one happens early on, and we were like, what? Okay, figuring it would come up. It doesn't come up. It's not part of the main story. It's not anything but a nice little side. There's a ton of those, just little,
And it's not really tracked on your quest log anywhere like the other sub-quests are, so yeah, it's easy to lose track of unless you... take a picture and take notes.
And by the by, I'm pretty hep to Greek mythology. I know your stories. I studied it.
I like that. Like, I'm on TikTok all the time doing Greek mythology stuff with the kids.
With the kids. But, wow, there's a lot. I got a lot. There were a lot of little stories and stuff. It was fun.
It really does do a deep dive into mythology stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff here I had to look up or Google or whatever that was, it's just there for flavor.
It was there, and ta-da.
Yeah.
Okay, you fly on over.
I can't. Well, I'll show you I can't, actually. This is of all, we talked about how important Tartarus gates are, right? This particular Tartarus gate, I'm going to show you it on the map.
Because we marked it, that one.
This guy's a jerk, okay? This is actually one of the hardest ones in the game, and they don't really tell you that since this is sort of the starting area.
I thought you were going to fly over to it.
I will. It's very difficult to access.
And we will show you why having 3 bars of stamina... Basically, don't attempt it until you have 3 bars of stamina. Because prior to the 3 bars, Slime did figure out how to get in there, but inside, it is a stamina gate.
Yeah.
You have to have...
The puzzles are just really tough, and don't go in there until your stats are maxed, basically. Once you've got all 3 of your stamina bars, 12 points of stamina, then, maybe consider... You want to have your life pegged, too. You want to have, all of your godly powers up all the way, because this is one of the hardest gates in the game, and there's really no way to know about it.
Well, we kept we came up on it, because it's in the first area we were exploring. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, okay, let's go up and do that one. Fast travel, right?
Loopy-dope.
Boom!
Oh, look! It's an evil red cloud of smog that eats your stamina, so you can't actually climb up there.
FYI, those red clouds eat your stamina. You'll find
corruption
them in...
clouds, they stink.
Corruption. You'll find them in some of the Tartarus vaults. Mm-hmm. So you can't do those shortcuts like what we just did in that first one I showed you.
Yeah.
So they kind of block that sometimes. But if you jump up, it's just at the bottom. We'll go around it.
It follows you up,
It goes all the way up.
Even if you go up, see how it keeps going up if I go higher?
So
it goes all the way up. Yeah. When you want to actually get in, what you do is you go to this temple over here, right? And you glide from the top of the temple all the way to the top of that.
Again,
and that is
large amount of stamina.
A lot of stamina to do that. Probably some stamina potions
and
too.
And you have to go to that temple back there to get to this. There's a fast travel there that you can take to.
Yeah, you can fast travel.
Fast travel to that one.
Probably the fastest fast travel is on the map. This guy right here.
And then that takes you over to down to this
Moria Tree Sanctuary, and then you run up to
go
here.
To there, and then you can glide from there over to here and get
from
you
that
in.
to that.
So, yay, you've made it with your 2 bars of stamina and some stamina potions. And then you get inside and you're like, oh.
Just be max before you try to tackle this one because, who knew?
Okay, we've talked enough about that nonsense. Now, we're going to, hold on.
What do we got next? What do we got next?
Athena Statue.
Athena Statue? Okay, I'm going to mark this real quick. Boom. There's a chest. For next time. Now, Athena Statue is
to the right.
Here. Yep.
Okay, we're going to fast travel. Now, we opened these up so that we could show you the map and show you some of our favorite stuff. And, Griffons, because that was a big important part of this.
Griffons.
Was the Griffons.
They're tough to find. Who knew?
Another thing we wanted to... Oh, you forgot to do when you went into your...
I didn't forget to do. You're the one with the list.
No, I forgot. Well, yeah. Okay, so this is a thing. When we went into the vault, we were supposed to go over here to our loadout and switch into our... Loadout 2, which is our vaults.
Oh yeah,
vault hunting vault.
The most recent update has added the ability to do loadouts, and the way it works is you click whatever loadout, and then you change your gear to however you want it, right?
Everything, the mount, your phosphor.
If you want to do a different loadout, like this is the loadout that gives us bonuses for when you're in dungeons, the Tartarus gates. We usually switch that on whenever we go into a Tartarus gate.
Because again, you do less.
And all you have to do is just flip it from 1 to 2 to reset all of the stuff.
Excuse me.
The reason, I'm sorry, you were trying to say why we did this?
No, I forgot to show this when we went to the vault. That was we were playing this game. Go back to you can make your way over. We were playing this game and we were like, man, if only, because we were physically every time we went into a vault. Yeah, we were heading over to King's Peak.
Okay, we're going to unlock the map on King's Peak because...
We wanted to share that with you.
It took us a while to find where to unlock. We actually went all the way up the side of the peak.
I was talking about loadouts.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, we were playing, and we're like, man, it would sure be helpful if we could get... That's what we really need, is loadouts. And the next morning, there was an update, and surprise! Loadouts! It was so much fun. We were so excited. We're like, they must have heard us, right?
Yeah, that's what the Ubi Connect is. It actually has the microphone thing, so it can tell what we're complaining about.
Could be. Oh, show there's a pomegranate tree. Jump up and grab one, so show. Okay, so this is a thing that we found out. If you jump up and grab it, it grabs multiples, as opposed to having to chop the tree and have them fall on the ground and then chase after them.
And it does that because we have the telepathic harvesting perk.
Oh, well, yeah.
In the beginning of the game, you won't be able to do that until you buy that perk.
Well, that's true. How much fun is that? 4 pomegranates without having to whack the tree. When you first start, you whack the tree with your axe, and it shakes them down, and then you have to chase them down the hill. It's very irksome. And then the bears are like, why didn't you share those with me? The boars, they're really excited about the pomegranates. They do seem to want those,
yeah. Where we're going, by the way, is... to get over to that side of King's Peak, when you do want to head over there, is... Oh, look. Hold on. Chinese food.
This is another one of them.
Golden amber. That's how you get golden amber. That and chests. Regular chests will give you some, too. The closest place to land, I think, is over here.
And I think that this would not really be possible generally, because once you've got it all ready story-wise to open, he puts his arm out. I think the statue moves and puts his arm out.
Oh, it does?
Maybe I think so. But, again, really high stamina. You can just do it earlier on. But what we wanted to show you, because the first time we came over here...
We missed the peak that we were supposed to...
like we talked about those statues that you climb all the way at the top of the highest point in the zone.
They're always at the highest point, except for King's Peak. King's Peak is not at the highest point. It's on some random-ass eagle in the middle of the zone, so...
Well, no, and so we're like, we need to be able to see where we're going so we can mark the map, because you can mark stuff on the map, but until you open it, it doesn't show up on your map. So you're like, I need to know where everything is, and we're like, just blindly running up this path to make sure we get there, because first thing we have to do is open up the...
So where we're heading is up there. See that eagle right there? I'm going to go ahead and stick a little marker on his face.
There we go, right
Boom.
there.
Right there.
That's where we're heading.
Whoop. Independence Day. There we go.
But now look at the map. Like, look at the map.
Look at the map?
Yeah, the map.
Yeah,
that shows up, but like in the photos we've taken, but none of the stuff that we've already scanned. Oh, that's a cool mount. You get that mount there, by the by, FYI.
That's just me looking at the moon. It looks pretty.
It was really a fun one.
Like my photo.
That's if they get it. So that's the other thing, is that you get, like, we just see random photos, but we try to be, yay, isn't it up there? There you go.
There are ways.
But I mean, you climbed up this way last time, so as to avoid that Cyclops.
If I can run, it's faster than climbing.
I see. Now, one of the things you get that happens on this level is cold, and that sucks away your stamina also.
Yeah,
this
kind of like
lower area, not as much, but like when you get to here, it's not going to be an issue. But as you go up the mountain, there's cold sections, and you have to go over to a lamp. Torches to warm up, and that gets you your stamina back.
It doesn't always advertise, by the way, when the cold's going to start too.
No,
so it's
you'll be like flying along, and apparently, I guess it's like nighttime, but it's a little hard to tell whether it's nighttime or just like bitter cold.
It is.
Let's
see if I can stand up here. Yes, I can. See, stamina goes up. Climbing is like a big thing in this game.
Oh!
Thank God they made it so that you can climb basically everything in the overworld.
Everything.
You don't have to look for like moss or handholds or any of the other stuff. It's just like you see it, climb it.
And there are...
It's a game changer.
You can climb flat surfaces like crazy, which is amazing and awesome and fun. If you're looking for a path, there's often you can look to one side or the other. Sometimes they'll have a little... Because especially when you don't have 3 bars of stamina, I'm going to mention it again, you'll have to rest along the way. They also seem to put those blue mushrooms as sort of little tells that, you know, if you go this way is sort of the path up.
Yeah.
They're not like blatantly, here, climb here, but...
And it's certainly not the only way, but...
No. But it is a way that's maybe a little easier on you if you need to,
the preferred
use
easy
stamina.
Way,
yeah. Well, if you need to use stamina, that pops up. Thank you.
It's like stuck. Clearly you've been climbing forever, so you must be stuck.
That one pops up a lot. Are you stuck? No, I'm fine. Are you sure? Hit X. And here you go.
And
now this is where...
You can see I'm on the back of this eagle, giant eagle, right?
And it's not all the way up to the top.
Look at that. That is gorgeous. That, you know what that gets?
Photo!
Gets a screenshot. You do a little longer angle there. Slide her out a little. Yeah.
Wait, you don't want to block phosphor. Watch out for phosphor.
How about that?
Okay.
You like that?
There we go. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's... Okay, there you go. Okay. Now you've seen... Yay! And then you hit scout, and now it does this.
Yep.
So we climbed all the way to the top and still didn't have this open.
Yeah.
And we're like, where do we find it? So that's why we did.
Made it a lot harder to get to the top of this crazy, stupid
because there was like no map to go by. Not that there's a whole lot of map otherwise, but there's more map than not.
Yeah.
There's no map. So.
This particular zone, by the way, tends to discourage open exploration with those cold areas. It makes it a lot harder to just, like, climb straight up a wall. Like, a lot of times you'll start climbing and you'll hit a cold area and you're done. But there you go. That's and then you can see that the stuff that we already opened or unlocked, like the harp here, is now visible, and we could even fast travel to it. So
yeah. So things that so it shows there. Okay, now you're going to fast travel over to the Palace of Aphrodite.
The Palace of Aphrodite, because we are going to go mess with a big boss. Well, a big boss. We'll see.
A boss.
A boss.
Ish. It's one of this week's challenges.
Yes.
Or today's.
Ozomene.
I've got
Ozomene. Here.
Down.
Ozomene.
If
I do the...
If you go down here, you can see it. It says right there. The big bad ugly of this week is...
Ozomene the Hurricane. It's
Ozomene.
I think it's a big harpy. Probably a harpy. Maybe a griffin. Who knows?
It's
something flying with a name like that. And
it's over there.
Yeah, and this is the easiest way to get there. You can make your way over, like swim across or whatever. But if you've got it open, this is...
Again, stamina and... And look, and... Phosphor loves when you fly.
He does.
He likes flying with you.
We've got like 1 million skins for Phosphor, as well as all the armor and weapon skins we've got. By the way, kudos to the designers in this game, because their armor, their weapons, all the cosmetic stuff looks
Beautiful.
really good. Like,
beautiful.
Really good. I was really happy whenever I was unlocking, like, you know, oh, it's this, you know, standard pattern just in blue. That looks really nice. Like,
well, we can look at that
gives
maybe
it
after
longevity.
after you.
I'm gonna maybe not land right in the middle.
Not on it.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, ordinarily, if I was playing through this
You
in
can do over
normal,
here.
I would tend to just plow through it, like land in the middle and knock her out in 2 hits. But
you
since
need
we're
your
doing this on
stamina.
Nightmare, I'm gonna make sure I get all prepped and maybe not jump straight in
Take
the
a
middle
peek,
of
see
things.
at the armors real quick. And oh, she's talking, but armors. And you can show phosphors too. There's a couple phosphors that are particularly good to get. This one's fine. It's got it does extra hits for the phosphor attack. But this one,
this guy right
phosphor
here
automated.
makes your clone heavy enough to like trigger
Like we
heavy
showed-
type pressure plates. This is another thing that makes it really easy to
we
break a lot
didn't
of
get
puzzles.
that until we'd already done all the puzzles.
It's true,
but if you
super
find
handy.
that, and I don't remember where that one was, but you can look it up. There's places online that you can find the locations of the chests.
Most
this
of the
is
other
where
ones,
they're usually these you get from fights. Actually, like
I think this was actually in the King's Peak area. Towards the southeast side of King's Peak, there was a lieutenant we fought down there. And
I
that's
don't
who
know
gave
that
us
that's true.
phosphor
I feel
automated.
like that was over in maybe it was, but I think it was over in the Ares area. But I could be wrong. At any rate, there's all these. There's also the wings that you get.
Yeah.
These you get from fights. The
wings are
you get
strictly
from,
cosmetic. No difference in gameplay wise for the wings, but there are a bunch of really cool
They're
ones.
really just
like
cool.
look at these things. How
Like
sweet is
the one
that?
yeah.
Wait, like this one? This one's cool.
That one's cool. Oh, what was the
in black.
Valentine's one? For Valentine's Day, you wore
Oh wait,
this one for
I had
me.
a whole Valentine's getup for Valentine's Day. It
Look,
was super
it's
pretty. Look at those
pretty.
wings. They
So
are gorgeous.
pretty.
But this one goes with my Kid Icarus outfit, so we're
Ta-da!
doing that.
There you go. And then the mounts, you get to play with those too.
You can see there's
here's
a
these
lot
guys.
of choices for armor.
And
like once you get
thank
them all
you.
unlocked.
Those are awesome. Same with the helmets.
A lot of
We are
choices
not
for swords.
wearing the helmet. I mean, showing it, but there are a ton of helmets.
Which,
as
by the
well.
way, it lets you do that. You can take the helmet off and you can have
You
different
still have the stats,
cosmetic
but-
combinations rather than like so you're not stuck wearing something that you think is ugly just because you want that bonus. You can do customize and visually look one way and get the stat bonus for something else.
Same with all the weapons too. Let's say all the stuff that have little palette swaps up
This
on there.
the divinity set is what we're using for the bonuses because this makes your hammer do like ridiculous
Oh my
damage
gosh,
and
that
hit
hammer
super
is
fast.
insane.
The hammer is basically
You'll see the
kind of
hammer in a moment.
the game breaker
I mean-
for a lot of this stuff.
I mean, wait, don't use up your stamina.
And she's not here. We're robbing.
What? Where is she?
Well, we hit her not too long ago, so maybe she's not here yet.
Wait,
Well,
what?
This is anticlimactic.
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah, she's not here. This is where you fight her.
Wait, I feel like she's around and we just didn't find because it says 119 down. by
Yeah?
the button.
Okay, well,
Yes.
give that a
Look,
shot.
look, it says there. Yeah, she's down in the stadium, and then she comes up here. We have to follow her all the way up, right?
Oh, like Monster Hunter, yeah.
Right. Yeah, this one is very much like that. We said that first time we fought her.
There's a lot of strategies, like late game, after I finally got all the stuff spec'd up, I found out that bows can be relatively effective too. So if you like playing through it with bow and doing it as more of a range, you can make that effort. It's not like
Absolutely.
hammers are the only thing that works, but hammers work.
And sword. You
Yeah.
started heavy on the sword and hammer, and then
Well, and the sword's still useful. Getting a combo
Absolutely.
on the sword will build up your stamina, which you can use to hit with the hammer. So. Okay, I'm going to do this little thing I call the up-down, which is where you do your up-down on the D-pad to get both your defense and offensive potions started for a boss fight.
I don't know why you threw a rocket yourself.
Well, I was going to throw it at
I
but
know,
she
but
started.
she ran off.
Oh, man.
Ah!
Look at
That's
that.
always helpful on the harpies to reflect back their,
There are things, yeah.
some of them. Oh, cool. Hit her! Throw it! Jump! Oh, good. Whew. Not as painful as I thought it was going to be. You should try phosphor.
Stoned? I don't know. I'm going to take advantage of it.
I've got little harpies
Oh,
too
that's
now.
why, yeah. Oh,
probably
she's like
invincible.
stone-skinned or something. Is she taking
She's
damage?
invincible. She took some damage, but not as much as if you hit the little harpies. I expect.
Okay.
Phosphor again. Oh, now she's stunned.
Boom, look at that, 13k. I'm just going to eat up some stamina potions so I can move through her. I've never done this boss on Legendary Power before.
My nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare was cool, so.
And they
And she's
changed
half dead.
colors
So
by
like
the
all
by.
that damage I did, and she's still, oh crud, I'm locked in, I forget how I did this.
See, that's how you ended up finding the photo thing.
Yeah.
Are you locked in against
Oh, she's going up there. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to run up there after her, which will give you time for your stamina to build up.
You can lock on target. I don't generally like to, but
yeah, because you get stuck, sort of.
The other harpy went away, right? The other one.
Yeah, I think you either killed it or did you do phosphor?
I did not do phosphor.
Don't use up all your stamina.
Phosphor, by the way, is great. I didn't even discover like using phosphor in combat until way late in the game. Phosphor is really great for taking out flying targets.
And stray stuff too. Mm-hmm. Like there's a harpy with 1 hit left.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, you're slow to build up because you're in
I'm
battle.
still technically in combat. Yeah. Reflect those. Because sometimes, I'm playing on nightmare difficulty. No, it did lots of damage too. Ooh. Taking a lot more damage than before.
Some.
Reflect back.
Alright. Those are harder to do.
That was my... She killed me.
Oh! Okay, so we have a timer thing going on. Oh, that was the other thing we were going to talk about. Don't go after her because she does some damage, but you're mostly... Okay. Oh, she is. Okay. May as well. She's almost stunnable. So that lower bar shows that she's stunnable. Or stunned. Yeah, she's stunned for the period that this is going on.
See the bar still going down, so I've got a bit more time before she
Yay! And...
Done!
Hey. That would be a cool shot, except for it doesn't let you take pictures.
In cutscenes, yeah.
But there you have that. That was the other thing we were going to talk about, blessings.
Oh yeah, well I can just show them right here.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, in addition, as you help the gods and progress the main story, you unlock blessings which give you ability bonuses and combat bonuses. And depending on which one you like if you like the bow, then maybe start with Athena, because all of her blessings help out your bow shots. They help do damage with bows, and like they make bow a decent viable option for combat. You'd think he does hammer stuff, but I think most of his stuff is perfect dodges, actually, and parries.
Defenses stuff.
Yeah, the combo finisher is actually good.
Ares
is combo meter.
Right.
Oh yeah, when you do air combos, which is okay. And yeah, combo meter, so combo stuff. So it's just straight up combat stuff.
So look at them. Hit R1 real quick. What's your done? And her stuff is whatever it was.
Yeah, health, repelling some health.
Hit R1.
R1?
I wanted to go to the map. So, what I wanted to say is, when we started, you start in Clashing Rocks, you go to Hall of the Gods. We went over to Valley of Eternal Spring, because that's basically where Aphrodite is, and you start with her story, and you can kind of clockwise around. You do Athena next,
yeah,
and
we did this, we
and then
way around here.
But you can kind of do it however you want to.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that locks you into. We went on and climbed all the statues. Once we got to Athena, we went ahead and ran over and did the statues on. Wait, I wrote it down because I keep forgetting his name. Hephaestus. The Hephaestus statue, and then the Ares statue, just so we could start marking things and going to areas over there, opening up some fast travels and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play the game, and then we did some of the Ares quests, and then we did Athena quests, and just sort of play it like that.
Around, yeah.
You can do it however you want to. That's a nice part about it. Though you'll have to do all 4 of them before you can make your way across to the Olympus over there, the frosty area.
Well, if you've got enough stamina, you can make your way over there, but you can't actually progress.
But you can't really do stuff.
And then the one that is actually story locked is this thing in the middle. You can travel into here and explore around a little bit, but you can't actually unlock the map until pretty much the very end of the game.
The end of the game.
This big central volcano thing is covered in the red fog, and it doesn't go away till the end. And you need to get to the top of that to actually unlock the map.
That's story locked. Mm-hmm. So they'll just save that for later. But I think that is a super fun game. Even though we've already played it. Somebody says he doesn't want to play it again right now, but I say, why not?
Just jump in there and start from scratch on New Game Plus. It's really fun. Now, honestly, it's very Breath of the Wild. It's a lot like Ubi's other overworld games, but it's also just a lot of fun. And they got to kind of cut loose in the creativity because they're not really tied to the Assassin's Creed license on this one. They didn't have to stay within that framework.
Speaking of, that's what I meant to mention. Those 2 that you bought with the from Was it from Hermes?
Yeah, they were
Those
the outfits from Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Outfits, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, these guys. Let's see. These two up top, I think these are characters from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or they're from those characters. Mythios and the armor of the stadium, and they've got matching helmets too. But either way.
So you can. Those were the ones that were available that we bought from him.
Yeah.
I think.
But there you go. That's Immortals, Fenyx Rising, and hopefully there's an Immortals sequel on the road, because we had a great time with this game.
Well, there's already one DLC, and it should be more on the way. I'm ready.
Yep, 2 more.
To get
There's a season pass.
It is also, we mentioned the view, like the distance you can see on this thing is insane.
Which I believe speaks. PS5. Yeah, that speaks to the PS5 really.
It is this isn't looking at this is just you marking stuff. Look, it is beautiful and like gliding along on your wings. It is. I really like this game a lot.
Sometimes you can even see like monsters way the heck far away,
when you're up
like
in the
roaming
Hall of the
around
Gods, you can like look down and you can see a Cyclops walking along the road.
Not every monster in the game,
away.
Mind you, but just certain monsters that happen to be roaming
Cyclops
around.
Is really big.
Yeah, they're bigger. You can
really
just
ones.
spot them cruising around, so it's just fun. It's really cool.
So hopefully we shared with you some of our favorite things and
the purple butterflies. You like them?
That's my favorite, the purples. And the Griffon locations, because like I said, you'll see more obviously. These are super fun. The those challenges, there's hero challenges that you can do.
Yep.
The harp challenges. The harps, by the by, once you do the challenges and finish those, they are fast travels, the harps, but once you finish it, they don't become fast travel unless you show on the map. You can see, like,
I don't follow.
Okay, look over to the right. You've got a big harp there that you can down down here.
Yeah.
So you can fast travel to that. Once you complete, by doing that, by completing, you go find these little puzzles and bring them back. And
there's little you have to find tunes and play the tunes in the big harp to unlock bonus or to unlock rewards. So,
but once you've done it, it's considered a finished challenge. So if you on the legend show completed challenges, you'll be able to see here you hide completed or show completed. If you show completed, the harps will still be there that you can fast travel to. Otherwise, they disappear.
Otherwise, you can't see them. So if you need to get back to a harp and you already done all the challenges to it, just change your filter so you can see completed, and you'll be able to fast travel to it again.
Just so you can get back to that area. Okay, fine. I'll stop gabbing. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.